All right. Hey, what's up, everyone? John here with Web Dev for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code in Webflow. We'll jump right into it. Today is part 7 of the Casually Building in Webflow series, where we are building this workspace template. If you just came across this video, you can sign up for Webflow in the description area below. You can get a free account and start building right away with 2 free projects in Webflow. So I'll go ahead and get started. Today we are going to build out this section here, the testimonial section, and we're going to use a slider, and just these will be different slides here. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll start the timer, so it's going to be 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and start it. And I didn't mute it there, so let's go ahead. All right, cool. So I'll add a section and I'll call this testimonials section. And so we can see it a bit. Then I'll add a div and we'll call this, we'll give it a container class name. And for the testimonial section, let's do 10 VW of padding on the left and right, just so it doesn't bump up against the browser. And then I'm just gonna add a lot of padding for now so we can scroll down and see it. So we have the container, then I'll add another div and I'll call this testimonials wrapper. And in here, we're going to add a heading, and we'll say H3, and we'll say testimonials heading, and see what our customers are saying. Cool. And we'll just center it, make it centered. Nice. And then we'll add, in the testimonials wrapper, we'll add a slider. And let's see here. Okay, so we have a slide, so we'll just call this testimonials slide. And we'll delete slide 2 because we only need this slide here. So I'll add a div and we'll call this testimonial wrapper. And for the slide, let's make it the width. Let's make the width 400 pixels in width. Or better yet, let's do 30% width. There we go. And for the testimonial wrapper, let's say position absolute and full. So the reason I'm adding a wrapper is because Webflow doesn't allow you to apply flex settings to the actual slide, so you have to add a div inside of the slide, and then you can kind of style it that way. So let me set the width to 400 pixels for now, and then we'll mess with the sizing later. So we have the testimonial wrapper. Let me set the background color to white. And let's see here. Okay, so then for the slide, we're gonna have this top part and then we have this bottom part. So in the slide, in the wrapper here, I'm gonna add a div. I'm gonna call this testimonial top. And then I'll add another div, and this will be testimonial bottom. Okay, and for the top we have an image, or like the circle, this title, and this text block, and then this part right here. So for the top, I'm going to add a div, and this will be testimonial profile image, and we'll make it 48 by 48, and we'll give it a background color of this gray for now and set it to 50% radius. Okay, and then we have the we'll add another div inside of the testimonial top. And for testimonial top, I'll set it to flex, horizontal, align, stretch, justify left. Then in here, we'll add a text block, and this will be testimonial name and 16 and 20. So we'll make the text this blue color, 500, and 16 with 20 pixels of line height. I'll just copy this name, paste it in there, and then we'll add a paragraph. For this div block, let's also call it testimonial info. Okay, so then we have this, not a paragraph. Let me add a text block, and this will be testimonial location and 14 and 16, I think. Yep. Just make the line height 16. Pop-ins. Yep, that looks good. This is actually enter. I'm going to leave it pop-ins just to keep it consistent. But we could actually, we have enter. Do we? No. Okay, yeah, we'll just use pop-ins. Okay, and then we have one more div, and let me export this star as SVG, export, and I'm just going to pause it for a sec. I have the star, so we'll add another div in here. We'll call this testimonial rating, and I'll go ahead and drag that star in here. So we have the star, and I'll just add it as an image for now. So we have the star, and then we'll add a text block, testimonial rating number, and the star will be testimonial star. Okay, and then for the testimonial rating div block, set it to flex, center. Cool, that looks good. And for the text here, it is 1620, 500. So we'll make it darker, 1620 and 500. We'll say 4.8. Cool. And for this, let's see. Okay, I did this a little bit incorrect here. So let's see, testimonial top, testimonial profile image, and yeah, so testimonial top, I'm going to add another div in here, and I'm going to call this testimonial top left. And I'm going to place this in here, and then place the profile image in here, and the info in here as well. And top left, we'll set it to flex, horizontal, align center, and this way we can set testimonial top to flex and justify space between. So we have the rating on the right, and we have this info on the left. And then just add some margin here to the image of 16 pixels. And yeah, I think that's about it. And we'll add some margin here to the bottom, 12 pixels. And yeah, looks good. And the star has some margin of, let's say, 10 pixels. Okay, and then we'll add some padding to the entire card of, let's say, 24 pixels of padding. All right, and then we just have a paragraph on the bottom here, paragraph element. And I'll just copy this and paste in here. And yeah, let's do from the top, we'll do 40 pixels. And that looks good. So testimonial wrapper is pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and try to set it to flex, vertical, and center it like so. Not quite. Okay. All right, so we are at time here. Cool. So it looks like the slider has a specific height. So what I'm going to do for the slider, I'll just spend a few more minutes here. Let me set the background to transparent. And the color for the section, we're going to make it this color here. Let me add it as a global swatch. All right, cool. So now I'm just going to just call this testimonial slider. And I'm just going to copy the slide 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And each slide is going to have 24 pixels of margin to the right. And cool. So there we go. I'm actually going to copy it a few more times, maybe 5, just so we can see it. All right, so that's looking okay. Let's see, 40 pixels of margin to the bottom. So what I'm going to do actually for the entire body, I'm going to give it a background color of this color we just added. Or you know what, instead of the body, let me remove the class and go to body all pages. And now I'll change the color here. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the card. Let me see if I can set the height to 100%. Nope. Or maybe I can just 400 pixels in height. Or 200 actually. Not quite. No, I'll just remove the height property for now. But yeah, that's the slider, and we'll go ahead and we want the slide nav, which is down here. Let me just move it down a little bit. Okay, can I change the color? There we go. Perfect. So we can click the dot navigation to see the testimonial, and we'll remove the left and right arrow because I don't think it has it here. No, it doesn't. Yeah, we'll just remove these for now. The right arrow will set the display setting to none. All right, so yeah, those are the testimonials. Can add a little bit more margin to the bottom here and some padding to the top. And looks good. Cool. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. I think that looks pretty good. And yeah, so we have the testimonial section. So tomorrow we'll work on the footer, and we'll use grid for this to have 4 kind of columns, and then we'll have this copy right here at the bottom, and then we'll move on to responsive design. All right, so yeah, that was it for part 7 of the casually building in Webflow. This template will be available for free once it's done. And yeah, hopefully you got something out of this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. And happy building in Webflow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.